really struggle to find anything negative to say about Jaylin, and in particular his preparation.
Hoffman Show, we're on the Team 980, always live as well on the free Odyssey app. And joining us now to talk about one of the Commanders' newest signees, actually signed his contract a little bit earlier today. That is Jaylin Lane. The player, the coach, is Stu Holt. He's the special teams coordinator and was an offensive assistant the last couple of years as well with Virginia Tech. And Coach Holt is with us now. And Stu, I'll start here. The first time you saw Jaylin Lane play football, was it, someone sliding a tape across your desk? It was Middle Tennessee tape? Were you aware of him in high school down in South Carolina? Like, when's the first time you ever were aware of Jaylin Lane, and what'd you think when you saw him?
I first became aware when I saw the film from Middle Tennessee, and I knew Coach Stockstill pretty well over there at Middle, and so they had great things to say about him. Obviously, his film kind of spoke for itself. Got a chance to watch him, play receiver and return kicks, and just knew that he was a dynamic guy and knew that he was a guy that was going to make us better.
So you get him in, and did you know immediately, like, all right, this guy's going to be a punt returner? You know how to use him offensively, or did it take a second? Because he's such a unique weapon. I mean, his testing numbers are crazy. So did it take a second to figure out just what to do with a guy like that?
Yeah, well, the easy part is, you want the ball in his hands.
Right.
So you know that you got to figure out, how many different ways can we get the ball in his hands. It was probably a little bit easier. The kicking stuff is easy to figure out. You just got to get him in there, and he competed with we had a returning guy at punt return, Tucker Holloway, who had a great year for us the year before. So that was a competition, but also, the part was like, man, let's get both these guys on the field. Let's get them both back there. And so we toyed around with that, and then unfortunately Tucker got injured. We knew Jaylin. We wanted him to get really comfortable in the offense. We wanted him to really feel like he was ready to roll offensively, because we knew we needed him as a weapon there. And then we brought the punt return stuff, came later on. And, and then once he started there, once he got rolling, catching punts, that was it. He was playing extremely well. I don't know that I've been around a guy that has the guts that he has fielding the football. He's excellent at it, and, he truly believes every chance he gets with the ball in his hands on a punt return that he's going to score. And he's got a great chance to do that.
Stu Holt, the special teams coordinator with Virginia Tech, with us here on the Hoffman Show. There's a couple things you said there, Stu, that I think stand out, especially to Commanders fans that might be listening, because this is a program in Washington that Dan Quinn has built on competition. What is it like? Who is Jaylin the competitor? Because you said he wasn't afraid of competition, not afraid, hey, let's get him and the other kid back there together, and it seems like Jaylin embraced that. Like, when did you know, like, oh, this guy's not just like a 4'3" really special athlete on tape? Like, this is a special, different kind of kid as a human being.
Well, his father is a very, very strong high school coach, very good coach. Has won a ton of games. That's what Jaylin's been raised around. He's been raised right. Mom and dad are just tremendous people, and he knew that. I think from an early age that, hey, I got to go get it. I got to go earn it. And so, he's a mature guy. He's certainly has, all of his, he's really, really squared away off the field. And so when he came in, we're like, hey, this is this is where we're at. And he was just hit the ground running. From day one was a consistent, probably the best way I can put it for the NFL and what I think is gonna help him the most is he is consistent every day. He brings it every day. He practices extremely hard every day, and has a great attitude. Teammates love him. Tries to help his teammates, anywhere needed. So he's just a guy that is unique.
unique in a lot of really good ways. Sounds like they put the commander tag on him, is what they call it up here, a guy that is like that. Offensively, y'all had, I think it's an interesting offensive to look at with NFL eyes, schematically and what you guys do down there. So the projection, I think, for a lot of teams might have been, it's a projection as opposed to some more straight line type of evaluation. What do you think he can be offensively, though, at the NFL level? We know he was the number one punt returner on the Commanders board, but like as a receiver, right, what can he do that you saw and that you think he might even be capable of more? He is a really tough matchup. Wherever you put him, field, boundary, wherever you decide to put him in the offensive set, he's going to make it really difficult. If he's against, he can go against any corner that he's matched against that I've seen. Then you start putting him against a bigger body, they're going to struggle, covering him in space. If he gets matched up with a linebacker at the second level, he's strong, very explosive. It's going to be really difficult for those guys, to bully him, so to speak. So I just feel like he has the stature and the skill set, to get open. And then once he gets open, he's got great hands. He's going to catch a football. He's very tough. Certainly played physical in the run game and the passing game. So, I think Washington made an outstanding pick. I think that really the sky's the limit for Jaylin. Stu Holt with us for another minute here on the Hoffman Show. He's a special teams coordinator down at Virginia Tech, also helps on their offensive staff. And the other question I wanted to ask you, Stu, is on some level like a bigger picture question with the current state of college football. You have all these transfer kids coming in, which I'd imagine changes a little bit how you guys have to coach, because you're not going to have guys year over year over year. And, when you make that transition to a new school, or in this case for Jaylin to the NFL, like that learning curve can be steep. So what was it like to coach him just, in the classroom, on the field, what kind of learner he was and how he was able to adapt, as he'll have to do again here in Washington? Yeah, I think we're fortunate, we play at the highest level of college football. So we're able to get guys that have played really well in the group of five, possibly at other places in the Power Four. Excuse me. And so we're able to get those guys in the classroom when they're on their visit, go through the film. The good thing about having an older guy, when you sit down with Jaylin and we got a chance to watch college film with him, he's got that knowledge base, I think, from his upbringing, from his father, certainly, but also playing in a really pass-friendly system at Middle Tennessee. So you could talk through route trees, you could talk through concepts, you could talk through coverage. It was very evident with him early on that he understood it frontwards and backwards. And so that made his transition here really smooth. And then you put the skill set on top of it and his work ethic. And there's really not, I really struggle to find anything negative to say about Jaylin, and in particular his preparation. The guy's just a guy you can count on. And at the end of the day, you really can't pay a much stronger compliment to a college football player, a pro football player, than knowing that, hey, this guy can produce and he's a guy you can count on every day. Stu Holt, special teams coordinator, offensive assistant down at Virginia Tech. Coach, we really appreciate the time here on a Friday. Have a great weekend, and maybe we'll talk to you down the line. Man, appreciate you having me on, and have a great weekend.
Hey, this is DA, and you're listening to The Hoffman Show on the Team 980 and the Odyssey app.